Hey, what's up everybody? Hi, my name is Bailey and today we're gonna be drawing Spider-Man. Okay, so the first thing that I look at when I am drawing anything is I look and see what shapes are in what I'm gonna draw. So, we're gonna be drawing Spider-Man's head. The main shape that we're looking at is gonna be a circle, okay? So let's get started. Alrighty, so let's start by drawing the circle. And whenever I'm drawing a circle, or whenever I'm drawing anything really, instead of just doing one motion, I do a ton of little tiny motions, a ton of little tiny marks, lines like this. Makes it easier to control what you're drawing. You can watch it as you go and make it as circular as you can. This makes it just a little bit easier. And there we go, we have a circle. So the next thing we're gonna be doing, Spider-Man, he doesn't have a perfectly circle head, right? So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna add his jawline. So we're gonna start at the left and right bottom corners of the circle, kind of angle it in toward the other side, right? So I'll start on the left side, angle it in like this. See how I'm doing those tiny little lines to make a line? Makes it a little easier. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Go about the same length down. I'll go back and even these out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another line, making this kind of shape right here. Kind of like an alligator with his mouth really wide open. And we're gonna do that on the other side as well. To kind of mirror that other side. And then we're gonna connect them like this. Just kind of a curved straight line. And now we have the chin. So the next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be starting drawing Spider-Man's eyes. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna start about here and here. And as you're going, one thing I want to suggest is try and draw really light because we are going to be erasing some of these lines that we're drawing, okay? So right here, we're going to start just a curved shape at the bottom of the eye, okay? And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Kind of make those match each other. Next step, we're gonna be taking a line starting here, going up to almost the top of this circle here, and same thing on this side, okay? I'm gonna start here. Just go up. This side, same thing. Go up and touch that corner. The next thing we're going to be drawing, the next shape actually, we're going to be introducing a new shape. It's going to be a triangle. So this triangle is going to be drawn right here, sort of where his nose sticks out on his mask. It's going to be sort of a rounded triangle. Just kind of curve the edges out like this. Just really lightly if you can. And now we have the nose. Next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to start drawing the webs on Spider-Man's mask. So we'll start in the middle right here. Go straight up. What I like to do with this line, instead of doing it just perfectly straight, I like to go up and curve it just a little bit, just a tiny bit. And remember, I'm drawing it very light. And then we're going to be doing 2 more lines up top. Start from the same place. We're going to sort of come toward this line right here, follow it along, And then we're gonna curve out at the top, then almost go straight up. And we'll do that same thing on this side. Right here. Follow this along, and then toward the top, curve out this way. And then we're gonna go to the bottom, and we're gonna draw this line just like this one. Curve down toward the chin. Awesome. And then we do another one right here. Same thing. See how those kind of mirror each other? And now we have the starting lines for the webs on the face of Spider-Man. Woo! Okay, so the next thing we're gonna be drawing is the web lines, okay? So we're gonna start out by drawing curved lines, so sort of half circles, and then we're gonna go back in and curve them so it looks more like a spider web, okay? Let's get started. So the first line, we're gonna start near the bottom of the eyes, do a half circle connecting to this other side. So see right here, we're gonna actually mark these so it's easier. Draw a half circle and connect those like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing, just a little higher, right about there, almost to the top of the eye. We'll do that the same side over here. Just make these dots very light. Doesn't need to be too dark. And then do that half circle. And these half circles that we're drawing, we're gonna wanna make sure that they're pretty light because we're gonna be getting rid of them in just a minute. And we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom. We're gonna take a line right here. And we're just gonna be making sort of, it's gonna look like a smile right here. So make it a little wider on the bottom. Kind of angle it out to the bottom of the face. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna erase, see how this line was part of the beginning circle? We're finally gonna erase that line. The next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be adding curved lines to these sort of half circles to start to make it look more like a spider web. So we're gonna actually start right here, that first one we drew. Just make another sort of half circle. So see how there are little segments here, there, 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 and there? We're gonna curve those the other way. Doesn't have to be too deep of a curve, just settle. And see how that's starting to look like a web already? We'll do the same thing up here. And there we go. Now we're gonna do the same thing down here. And these lines don't have to be perfect. See how this one right here, kind of curved it down. You guys are the artists, you can make it look however you would like. So now that we have the web lines in the face, we're actually gonna go up to the eyes and add some details. We're gonna shape them a little bit and make them look a little more spider-like. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come to the top of the left eye, and I'm gonna clean it up just a little bit so it's easier to see my lines. And then I'm going to the top corner, right there. Actually, a good way to measure it is, remember those dots we made right here? I'm just gonna go like this, find another dot, and then we're gonna make a sort of slice of pizza shape. You see this right here? Kind of looks like a slice of pizza. I'm just gonna do that right there. I'm gonna do that on the other side too, okay? So find this dot, go across right there. I'm gonna clean this side up just a little bit too so it's easier to see. I'm just gonna make that slice of pizza shape toward the middle, right there. See that? Then you can clean this line up right here on both these sides. See how his eye is starting to curve up? And then the next part, we're going to be doing another slice of pizza. So find that dot again, go just a little under it, right there. We're going to curve it in like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Just go a little under that dot and curve it in like that. Awesome. All right. Now, the last part of the shape of Spider-Man, we're just gonna do the bottom half of his neck right under his head, okay? So we're gonna start with the line right here on his chin. And we're gonna do another one, but this one is just gonna go straight down. So see how this one kind of lines up right here. And then we're gonna do another line like this. See, we saw this shape earlier, right? It's kind of like the alligator's mouth open really wide. I'm just gonna go about to there. I'm gonna do that on this side, do another line toward the edge of the paper. Then what we're gonna do is come back over here, do a line going diagonal this way, and one going the other way. See how these kind of match? This one and this one match, this one and this one match. Then we're gonna connect these lines with a sort of half circle, right? See, and then you have a neck. So now what we have to do, the last thing, is we're gonna add some details on the neck. So we're gonna find the middle, right? See this line right here? We're just gonna follow that down to here, to the chin. Gonna shape it a little. And remember how we curve this line? We're gonna curve this one too. So go straight for just a little bit and curve it to the right like that. Then we're gonna do two more lines. We're gonna find the middle between this line and this line, and then the middle between this line and this line. So right there, mark it there. Right here, mark it here. And see how it kind of lines up with these web lines too? That's another way you can check. So just like we did this one, curve it through the middle, draw it through the middle, and then curve this way. Same thing over here, draw through the middle, and kind of curve, and you can even kind of follow this line right here. And then we're gonna be doing another half circle down here. Just gonna connect it like that. And I'm drawing these ones really light because we're gonna go in and do the same thing we did up here and make them look like webs. So this is just a line to help guide us. And see how it doesn't perfectly line up with this circle? That's okay. And then I'm just gonna go back in around the eyes because he has a black lining around his eyes. I'm just gonna go in just a little darker. And right here, see how it's getting really dark? I'm actually not pressing too hard. What I'm doing is I'm just going over it a lot of different times. It starts to look darker as you go. I'm doing the same thing on this side. Sort of just rounding the eyes, rounding those edges, making them just a little darker. Oh my gosh, That looks like Spider-Man. Okay, you guys, I think we're ready to start coloring. So let's go ahead and grab whatever you want to use to color with, whether that's a marker, watercolor, spray paint, whatever you guys want to use. I'm going to use crayons today, and once you have that, let's start coloring. All right, and that is our finished colored in Spider-Man. I hope you guys had so much fun today. I know I did. Remember, it doesn't matter if your guys' doesn't look like mine. I actually hope it doesn't. The most important thing is that you guys had fun. Alrighty, thanks for joining me. Bye.
Pocket Preschool.